For years, the standard advice for building an online business was simple: pick a highly specific niche and master a single piece of software. Today, that hyper-focus is a massive liability. An artificial intelligence system, which is simply a computer program trained on vast amounts of data to perform human-like tasks, can now build a complete, custom website from scratch in about 2 hours. What used to be a highly paid, specialized service is now an automated commodity. Software applications and technical platforms are rapidly depreciating assets. If your entire business model is tethered to knowing how to click the buttons on one specific tool, you risk seeing your agency wiped out overnight when that tool is updated or replaced. In this digital economy, there is exactly one resource that resists technological disruption: human attention. It doesn't matter how fast the software changes if you have an audience willing to listen to you. Survival requires a hard pivot. You have to stop trying to be a fragile expert in a single tool, and instead build a system to constantly aggregate and direct attention. The first step in building this system is what we call the ingestion protocol. Instead of trying to slowly build an audience from scratch, you acquire audiences that already exist. There are massive pockets of underutilized digital real estate sitting dormant right now. Think about Facebook groups with tens of thousands of members that haven't had an active administrator in years. You can find these groups, reach out to the inactive owners, and negotiate a takeover or a partnership. In a single afternoon, you can reroute an established community of 40,000 people directly into your own ecosystem. You pair this with aggressive podcast guesting. By appearing on established shows, you siphon external attention from their listeners back to your central hub. Tap a podcast audience on Monday. Take over a group on Wednesday. Leverage a shared newsletter on Friday. Plugging into these pre-existing networks creates an immediate, high-volume influx of new viewers. By bypassing the traditional grind of organic growth, you secure a massive share of attention using a fraction of the usual time and effort. Once you have that attention, you need the second pillar, the processing engine. This is how you sustain engagement across all those channels without burning yourself out. You deploy autonomous AI browser bots. These are automated scripts that log in and interact with websites just like a human would. You can program a bot to simultaneously post your daily event data across 60 different local networking groups on platforms like Meetup. With the marketing tasks automated, you move to the final pillar, the output. This step converts your captured attention directly into revenue, entirely skipping the traditional multi-step sales funnel. This flowchart illustrates the playbook model. You take raw AI output and package it into a structured digital playbook with data charts. You price this document between $29 and $38, attaching a Stripe checkout link to every video, podcast, and newsletter distributed. Pairing automated high-volume distribution with low-friction microassets takes the unpredictable nature of audience views and turns it into a highly predictable, highly scalable revenue engine. This diagram shows a major shift in how the internet works. For years, we relied on the social graph, where your content was only shown to your direct, static contacts. Now we operate on the interest graph. Content is distributed by algorithmic matching, meaning platforms serve your videos to users dynamically based on their current shifting interests, regardless of who they follow. This structural change frees you from the niche trap. You can publish a breakdown of artificial intelligence systems on Tuesday and release a video on couples' health and wellness on Thursday. The algorithms will simply find the right viewers for each specific topic. Your architecture is built to capture and monetize those viewers based entirely on their immediate, momentary interest. The overarching subject matter of your channel simply stops mattering. A localized business model built around one piece of software is highly vulnerable to a single point of failure. A decentralized web of attention, constantly pulling in viewers from dozens of different interests and platforms, is incredibly resilient. The days of building an entire career around a single, highly specialized tool are over. The strategy now is to build a flexible, multi-interest ecosystem designed to harvest the only asset that actually holds its value.